Welcome back to the Better Than Yesterday podcast, where we focus on information, motivation, and realness. It's Friday, April 3rd, 2020, episode 161. First topic. I made a post. It was concerning yesterday morning, and it was concerning the spending habits of people from the hood, urban communities. I'm specifically talking about Black people, my people. So, and it was asking, do we have bad spending habits, or I want to say in a general aspect, my opinion to that, because a lot of people think like we're just flat out poor. But in my opinion, there's a few variables to it all. Because we do have, like, we own nothing in our communities. One of my top goals, the reason why I'm looking to have financial success and to grow financially, is because I want to buy back as much of the land and much of the property as possible and give it and put it in my Black people's hands. Generational wealth in my community is dying. We continue to be lower and lower on that list as compared to like our white counterparts and things like that. So, but in the hood, in our neighborhoods, a lot of stores, gas stations, supply stores, things like that are owned by Arabs or Asian descent or nothing. And there's no disrespect, but I think that we should take upon more ownership. Now, I do think that we do have some bad spending habits and don't really know how to sacrifice. That's why they make so much money off of it. I mean, I could think of things like how they sell single cigarettes. That alone makes them a lot of money. The lotto, all those different things. And I don't mind if we own that and we can get back to the community, because all races have bad spending habits. But for us, as I say, it's a lack of information. It's a lack of knowledge. It's a lack of all of that. And so for me, I always try, the reason for this show, I do this show for everyone, but I specifically wanted to but to target my Black people and understanding, getting as much information as I receive, the more I can push out. So you can message me, you can text me if you know me on that level about anything that you know. I continue to get information. Like I said, I'm increasing on the reading. I network and talk to so many levels of people, and I'm just trying to educate us. And so, yes, we do have bad spending habits, but our biggest issue is the lack of knowledge and information. We can save. A lot of us don't know that. As you know, I go to Dave Ramsey route. That has put me in a position today where the world has went mad, but I chose industries where my money don't really fall off. I lost my second job momentarily, but I was in a good spot with my finances where it did not affect me. So I went off on a tangent with this one. This is a real deep conversation, but we'll probably target or jump back into this again. But yeah, I just think we got lack of information and knowledge, which leads to the bad spending habits. We need to worry about, trying to get our communities back. That's one of my main focuses. Topic 2. What is this? When someone has a problem with the country, or someone has a problem with what's going on with the world, in the United States of America, where we reside, where I was born at, my home, why is it that other races tend to go, well, why don't you just leave? And it's not just even a black and white thing. I saw it on something else where I was reading a book. Wow, the book is starting to help with the information and knowledge now too. So, and it was saying that if you didn't believe, because most of the world is religious based, or most of the United States is built like that. So I read in the book where it was telling the author is atheist or whatever at this point. And it's a very interesting perspective. The name of this book is called God Delusion. But anyway, the author of the book was told, people wrote him and was like, if you hate it here, if you don't want to be like the rest of us, you could just leave. Why is that the overall solution? Like, just because this country was built off of dissent. So if you have an issue, let's discuss it. Let's figure out solutions. But to tell somebody to leave, like, where we gonna go? We're from here. If we question things, most people who are great creators and great innovators of this country have questioned things, question the majority, have questioned what's going on while everybody else is doing this and that. So that's a part of this. So telling me to leave is not gonna help. I'm not going nowhere. This person's not going nowhere. This is our country too. That's how this country was built. That's the democracy part of it. Right now, it doesn't seem that way though, but with the democracy part, but because everything's locked down, but we understand this for health reasons. But anyway, I just wanted to touch on that a little bit. Topic 3. Have you found new productive routines? This helps me. I built a new routine. So it's actually at first, again, if this was to happen again with the way the world has been changed the last few weeks, I think I would understand it more because I'll be older. Because at first I wanted to rebel against it, but I created a new routine, and a new routine helps you get through it. So yes, you have to be in the house, but what are the different things you can do in the house? What are the different things you can create? You can work on a book that you want to work on. You can create the show. You just keep doing stuff, innovate, new techniques or new routines with your kids, things like that. So create new routines, make it like the norm. Once you get you might even save more money. Like me, I'm saving more money being at home now. Like honestly, like really, just because I don't do nothing. I don't go nowhere. The gas has been filled in my tank for over a week, which is not normal. I'm filling up twice a week normally. The only reason I go because I have to go to and do the essential things like get my son and things like that. But it's just like create a new routine, and new routines help because it gives you a sense of purpose. You see what I'm saying? So I just really think it really helps me. Topic 4. I talked about it earlier about what's going on right now, and honestly, financially, a lot of people out here. I mean, there was a breaking news story on one of my podcasts. It's a news based podcast, and it was just talking about like it was like I don't know 3.6 million people filed for unemployment in the last like week and a half or something like that, and that could be scary to most, but I think it's a record too, by the way, which is crazy because the Great Recession I don't think warranted that many unemployment claims. I was one of those who did do it around that time. So for me, just my personal story about it is this does not affect me financially because, again, living off those Dave Ramsey ways, I had paid off a lot of stuff, particularly last year with the extra money I had, so I don't owe as much. I live under my means, have been living under my means for a little over a year now, and it's changed the way I look, and I've been in a worse situation. Like I said, the Great Recession took me out. I lived off credit, so I owed a lot of people, was not making that much money, and it was just a thing. And then I grew up with certain things in my life and certain parts of my life when I was younger. So the money part for me is not really affecting me like others, and it's it sucks because I care for people in that empath nature, so people I know close to me who are dealing with this. I know a lot of small business owners, particularly my girlfriend, and it hurts me because I feel their pain even though I'm not going through it myself. So it's just an interesting concept of it. That's why it doesn't affect me because I've just been through worse, honestly, than what's going on. The biggest thing for me now is sitting my butt down. You see what I'm saying? But I'm getting used to that now. I've created, I got back to working out. I feel better. That gives me more. I cut some things. I'm sleeping better. Just, working on me. So financially, it just does not affect me like it might affect others. So, I just, I send positive vibes to all those who's going through that. Just keep your mind right. As we talked about mental, don't let this mentally take you out. So, final topic. Ooh. Oh, this is a great topic. I had to think for a second. Okay, this is a time, as I told you earlier, about this is a time when new innovations and new ideas will come out. I mean, I'm telling you, go ahead for entrepreneurs. This is your time. They have the world has sit you down for a period of time that won't last for the rest of the year. Let's just be honest. Let's just say, hypothetically speaking, by the midsummer we'll be back rolling. I'm hoping much sooner, but let's just be hypothetical here. I don't really like to dib and dab in too many hypotheticals. But for entrepreneurs, this is time to innovate your businesses. This is the time to reach out and find a new customer base. This is the time to do your research. This is the time to perfect. If you do anything, I was having a conversation with somebody about they cook or whatever, and I'm like, if work on your shipping, because when things return back to normal, you want to find a good basis or a good system. Yeah, create your systems here on shipping something. You know, if you have to ship something that's food based and you want to maybe test it on somebody you know, do it for free and figure it out. You know, you're at home, you could cook whatever, but whatever you got to do, just work on your innovation, work on your website. My lady did that. She created an amazing website. Work on how you want to attack your customer. Right? This is an entrepreneurial time right now. You know, for me, I created new content. There was a show posted that I did. That just got put out by someone else. I'm on that show. Me and my lady, we have our show we push. I've changed up with this show. I created, I keep going into the YouTube. I just put more and more out there. I get more into my target audience here. So yeah, you just keep going. This is an entrepreneur time. This is time for new innovations to come, new procedures, new policies, new guidelines for yourself. You know, create something. That's all I'm saying. Anyway. It is Friday. Again, we said April the 3rd, 2020, episode 161. Go out there, or not, I keep saying go out there. I'm so used to that. But attack your goals. You can still attack your goals in the house. Go do it.